Let's see if my audio is working. Is my audio working? Am I live? Can you hear me right now? Yes, my audio is working. Awesome. Awesome. I'm just going to change this display up just a little bit. I feel like this need to scooch over. Did that help a little bit? Just a little bit. Okay, that was kind of annoying me. All right. Hello, everyone. Better late than never, right? Let's see. Better late than never. It's my birthday week, so just excuse me. I have the best intentions to try to be on time this week, but that just ain't been happening. And I've been trying to slowly get myself ready through the week for the weekend, and everything has just kind of like, you know what they say, if you want somebody to ruin your plans, or what is it? No, you think you have, it's something, best laid plans is ruined by God or something like that, or you want to make plans, tell God or something, whatever. I forget how the saying goes, but y'all know what I mean. And besides, when your nephew tells you that he is making you brownies for your birthday, you have to go see nephew. So that's what I went to go do. But with all of that being said, we're going to jump into this because I still owe you all another reading as well that I did not get around to yesterday because I decided to have a late hair appointment. Not that I'm complaining, because I needed it, okay? Ladies, you know, when you have like that spa day, you have the day at the salon, somebody does your hair, you have your therapeutic moment with your hairstylist, it's all perfect. You know, things are righted in your world. You know, you get a lot of weight off your shoulders. So, yes. So I'm not complaining about it. It was a good time. It was a vibe. But I still owe you all another reading. But today, you see the thumbnail, you see the title. I did not write a description for this one because I wanted to see what I got first. We are doing a reading on Jackson Wang, okay? If you all don't know who he is, join the party. I just know him from one song that I really, really like. It's called So Cruel, I think it's called. But I know there has been some whispers of him being caught up in a controversy, just like Blackpink as well. There's supposedly a controversy of them coming out in old videos resurfacing of them saying like derogatory words or slur words, racial words about people or a certain demographic of people. And so people are concerned, and I know there's also some concern with Jackson Wang because, you know, people allege that he has a drinking issue or something too. But other than that, that's why I'm making this an energy reading, because I don't know enough about him. I just like a few of his songs. And so we're just going to get into this and see what's going on. Oh, and I also know that a lot of people are kind of like really rooting for him when it comes to his love life, because he has made it clear that he wants to be in love. He's looking for his other partner, his significant other, but it just hasn't happened for him. And this could be because of some past betrayals that has happened in his life. But we're going to see if that comes up in this reading. So with all that being said, and without me wasting any more of your time, let's pull some cards to see what we get for a vibe check, shall we? Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment, okay? Help me with the algorithm, all right? You can share this out as well. Maybe you aren't into this, but maybe someone you know will like it. You can send it to them as a birthday present. We have the Four of Staffs. They usually does deal with home. We have the Five of Swords here. But it is coming up in reverse. I hear some kind of delay here. Delay in what? Oh, delaying home. I just spoke about this earlier. Is his romance already coming up? Son of Coins. Can I get one more card here? Oh, okay, I dropped one. I just want to note this, that the Four of Coins also came up in reverse. And I feel like from the little that I know, am I about to sneeze? Okay, no. The Four of Coins here, this could speak to people, because if I remember correctly, I know there was rumblings of like a past manager or a friend or something like that taking money from him or something like that. So that could be something that's coming up here. And then we also have the Knight of Staves as well. This is kind of like, I kind of think of it like retreat energy. I should, especially with it coming up in reverse, I read it as like retreat energy. I'm ready to let it go, clear things away. Notice she is burning like some kind of sage or incense here. But we're going to throw this back in here and see what else we get. I think he's wanting something. I think he wants his romance like to happen quicker than what it is right now, and that's just not coming up for him. And let's see here. We have Malika of Coins. I think there is somebody that he probably has in mind with the Malika of Coins here. So this could be an earth sign. This could be a Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a Taurus, because Aries and Taurus, we are kind of known for being, not only are we just right after the others in the zodiac or astrology line, but normally we tend to get along very well. Because we kind of get Taurus out there, stubborn energy, and they keep us grounded because we can be kind of like out there and rascals. But the Malika of Coins could also sometimes deal with just financial matters. Sometimes I also say this previously, usually if I get the coins or the swords, because the court cards don't always deal with like a person, it could be a thing. Usually sometimes the Malika of Coins or the Royal Court cards, that's the coins and the swords, sometimes appear for me when it's dealing with the music industry, which I know he's in. It could be, you know, the industry that he's in, Hollywood, etc., etc. But again, the Four of Staves, this is kind of like dealing with home. This is also kind of like the marriage card. Sometimes people also see this as the Lovers as well. If you don't know tarot, you know, you also have a Lovers card. The Five of Swords, with it coming up in reverse, again, I'm getting something about a delay. This could be something that's not happening quite the way we want. It's something we're kind of hung up on and we're fighting. We kind of want it to happen, and yet it's not for us. And then again, the Son of Coins, he wants, especially with this being slow, feel like it's just, to me, it's like delayed gratification is kind of like the word I get. But again, with this being the Son of Coins, this could be a person or a figure that is an earth sign. Again, this probably could still be dealing with somebody management wise that he is dealing with as well. So it's interesting we have both the Son of Coins and the Malika of Coins here on the end. But let's see if I can get more information. And you know what? It's Mercury in retrograde, because this got me thinking Mercury in retrograde. My computer is going through every pop-up, and I want to load up and restart on every little thing. This has happened to me at work and here. I don't understand. Everything is just like crashing. So I'm sorry if you're getting a little buffer. My computer is like... It might just be time for me to get another one. I have a very old computer and it's been old faithful. Let me get more details on who the Son of Coins is. Please bear with us. Son of Coins. What is the Son of Coins representing? The dilettante. Delights in the arts without having to be a professional. Alerts you to the danger of becoming superficial in your pursuits. Something makes me feel like that's Jackson himself. I had a bunch of cards fly off to the side. I just want to note these. You all, one second. I have to put out a candle because it looks like it's going to burn my desk down. Hold on. What did I do with it? Okay, come with me, please. Let's put this out. Because this, I got too much fiery energy going on in here. Because that's the last thing I need was my desk to catch on fire while I'm streaming. That would have been horrible. Back to the program. The cards that fell out that I want to know is the King, and it did come out in reverse. So I'm going to read the shadow attributes, which says excessive feelings of entitlement, rulership without restraint. We also have the Damsel, which also comes up in reverse. So the shadow attributes reads, waiting for a knight to provide for you, seduction by romantic illusion. And then we have the Teacher in the upright, ability to communicate knowledge, experience, skill, or wisdom. Is this someone that he kind of looks up to, admires, respects? Maybe somebody who has kind of like shown him the way on something? I'm gonna wait till I get more cards because I'm a little confused. Ooh. I had why is so many cards want to fall off for this Malika of Coins here? We also have the Priest. Violates the trust of your spiritual community, seduced by your own spiritual role. We have the Thief. Sheds light on the potential wealth within you that can never be stolen. Virgins. Maintaining symbolic purity of heart and spirit. Innocent purity and redemption. Suggests a special connection with divine. And then the Healer, but it's in shadow. Taking advantage of those who need help. Failing to care for oneself. This person reads human, I'll say that, but they also read kind of like manipulative, if these cards are anything to go by. They kind of read like manipulative or not like trustworthy. Who is this Malika of Coins? Because so much just wanted to come out about this person. Okay, yes, finally just one. Exorcist. Freeing yourself and others of destructive impulses. Ooh. Yeah, I'm going to say this Son of Coins is coming up as Jackson. I think there's Malika of Coins. It's probably somebody either he has interest in or he has attached. I'll say this, or he has attachments to. He has some kind of relationship with. I don't know if it's romantic. I'm not catching a beat on that. But it's somebody who is kind of like it kind of feels like a taboo relationship. Like you're somebody I shouldn't like, but I like you. And again, if this isn't a person, it could be, you know, I could say this all the time. Court cards are a person, place, or a thing. It could be a situation that he's dealing with, or he's coming to grips with. If it's like a thing, a situation that he's having to overcome, and if it's like a business, an entity like that, I think it's probably dealing with like his previous management or something like that. I don't know if it's his current management. Okay. See, why does it seem like he has a lot of like tricksters around him? Shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business. Like, love, y'all see that, right? It seems like he has like a lot of tricksters around him. Is he like too trusting of people? Okay. Card fall on the floor. Vacation, so maybe he needs some rest. A path of money is waiting for you to find it. Yeah, I think there's something he's tapping into here. It seems like, again, if my intuition is correct, this Son of Coins feel like this is him. He's stepping into an era, or he is currently in an era of like, I don't want to say wealth, but at least of like financial freedom. He's not having to worry as much. Like it's coming back. But what are these three? Great passion. We have an emotionally secure, loving family is important to you. This all sounds like him from what I gather. Pay attention to your work. Great happiness. I don't believe that. Maybe it's coming on the horizon. But right now, I don't believe like he's in a great happiness. I think he's in a very like neutral or like grateful, like a lot of gratitude maybe. But I don't know about true like happiness. And then we have work, achievement, and success. And then dragon, beware of self-delusion. See, this makes me feel not delusion, but kind of like self-esteem. I think there's definitely been somebody close to him that has kind of like undercut his belief in himself, and whether it's just him questioning like, do you really know how to pick people? Do you really know people? I feel like he kind of comes off like a bleeding heart in a way. Bleeding hearts, and people just take advantage of that, and unfortunately he kind of gets the short end of the stick. Let's see if I'm going to get anything else on him, because that first part, again, because I don't know anything about him, was just kind of all over the place. Let's see. Let's look up his album. Let's see what's coming up with his album, because I think he's going to drop another one. So let's look into what's going on with that. Oh my God, excuse me, you guys. You did not need to hear that. Why the Son of Coins come up in reverse this time? I'm going to shuffle again because it did come out with this deck of cards. So I'm going to shuffle these back in here and see if it's meant to come out. Okay, I don't want a book. I just need no more than 4 cards, Spirit, please. Why does that look like, is it, why is he feeling emotionally depleted? The 5 of Staffs coming up in the upright. This kind of feels to me like working with people you probably don't want to work with. Or maybe it's being associated, because I don't know why I'm hearing associated. Maybe it's being associated with people you probably don't want to be associated with. The 5 of Staffs. It's kind of like that friendly competition energy. Then we have the 10 of Coins and the Wheel. There's some kind of happiness coming up for him. The 10 of Cups usually speaks to like happy, emotional. Sometimes it can also deal with familial, but there's something on the horizon here that's coming up for him. Or maybe there is some purging of emotions on this album, which I wouldn't be surprised of. He is an artist, and I think it's gonna again benefit him because he has the Wheel of Fortune here and it's in the upright. And sometimes when I see the Wheel of Fortune, to me, I just think lottery. I think of windfall. I think of, you know, the karmic cycle. You know, you have your up moments and then you have the moments you're down. You have your up moments and then you have the moments you're down again. And right now, I just think he's in a really good place with things because things look like they're on the up and up. But right now, I think he's in some kind of like emotional block. Yeah, I would say that he's in some kind of emotional block. And I think it's mainly stemming from him feeling like he does not know how to choose people, or he don't choose people well, or he's not surrounded by the best individuals. Way too many. Okay, this wanted to come out Fool. And it did come out in reverse. I'm going to read the shadow attributes, which says using humor to wounds rather than liberate. Denial of your emotional truth. With the Ace of Cups in reverse. Somebody's putting on a happy face. Okay, that was way too much for the Five of Staffs, but I'm going to note it. I am going to note it. We have prostitute, accentuates the challenge of surviving without negotiating the power of your spirit. We have child magical. I don't know if this came out upright or not because when I grabbed it, it was to the side. So I'm going to read both. The light attribute says, seeing the potential for sacred beauty in all things, the belief that everything is possible. But the shadow, I'm inclined to say it's a shadow. Pessimism, depression, and disbelief in miracles. Believing that energy and action are not required for growth. And then we also, that priest card came up again. There is something he's being called to believe in about himself. And I don't know, again, if he's a spiritual person, but maybe there is, if there's not something like religious-wise that's going on with him, I think, again, it's more so his spirit is yearning for like some healing, some internal searching, some soul searching, some, getting in touch with himself more so. And I think that's probably the battle here. Like once he gets in touch with himself and actually, I don't know, comes to some self-realizations, he's going to continue going through like this cycle of always having the wrong people around him. Like, not saying he doesn't have the power of discernment per se. I think he probably knows the people who, know the individuals that's probably not the best for him, or that he should deal with from a distance, or in modicum, or some kind of moderation around. But it just seems like, I don't know, for whatever reason, he's finding it hard to kind of like have boundaries. I say that's the word. Have boundaries. Okay, mediator. We have gift for negotiating fairness and strategy in personal and professional life. Respect for both sides of an argument. See, there's that struggle that's coming up with the Five of Staffs. Does he have a hard time trusting his management team? Does he think he's getting played again, or does something just not seem right for with him, sits right with him when it comes to his team or his management, or somebody he's dealing with? Or is he just kind of having like a traumatic response? And then we also have poet, expresses soul insights in symbolic language. This is him, his artistry. Turning lyric gift into negative or destructive effects here. There's creatively, I'm seeing with the voice and the doves, he definitely needs that artistic expression. I think this has been the one thing that's holding him together. Has really been like his shining light. Creation, the creativity of it all. Okay, and we're getting that teacher coming up again. I'm going to note the other cards that flipped over, but we do have that teacher here coming up in the upright with the Wheel of Fortune, saying ability to communicate knowledge, experience, skill, or wisdom. And to me, that just literally translates to like, he really knows how to transmute the experiences, his feelings, his thoughts into his creative expression, whether it's through lyrics. I believe he is also a dancer. I don't know if he choreographs or if he works with somebody, but you know, he dances, he writes. I believe he creates his own beats. He's a producer, and I know he has like a production company as far as like filming and stuff go. So I think that's probably more so where a lot of that is. He really knows how to transmute and work through those like negative feelings and thoughts and things that he's going through, for sure, for sure. But the other two cards that popped out, we have the Hero. It did come out in reverse. And so I'm going to read Shadow Attributes, which says escapism and a false sense of heroism. And then we also have Child Eternal, which came up in the upright, which says determination to remain young in body, mind, and spirit. Ability to see things with fresh eyes. To me, that is all Aries energy. You know, they usually say, even though Aries is the first of the zodiac, we pretty much represent the child. We always have like a childlike energy about us. I'm not counting those because I just started shuffling. Can I get any more additions? Someone telling me to pull this. Spiritual guidance, protection from harm. See, yeah, there's something spiritually like, again, and even if he's not like a religious, it feels like inner soul searching. There's some kind of inner soul leveling up here. I hate to say it like that, like soul level up. Good fortune. One thing about him, he's definitely coming into some good fortune here. So maybe he's going to have like some big hit with this album. Or, you know, he's going to find a better company or a good opportunity for something here. But there's definitely some good fortune he's stepping in here. Or it could simply be that he's finally going to, you know, have himself surrounded by people he can truly and wholly trust. And they have his best interest at heart. Here we go. Announcement. And with that coming out on top of the 10 of Cups. Hi, puppy. Oh, Lord. What else fell out? I just want to note these. I don't think all of these need to stay, because this was a lot of cards. So we have not unsuccessful plans. We had you will be playing a different role, hats. We have Jug, lighthearted, carefree time. Older man, dealing with a relationship with an older man. April, that's funny. Towards spiritual development, enlightenment, awareness, and understanding. We also have June. June with the angel, spiritual guidance. So maybe that level up, that breakthrough is going to come through in June with the angel and the wings here. Stop it. Go. Sorry, I had to talk to my dogs. Bird flying news is on the way. See? Haystack, karma, you will reap what you have sown. And then we also have bridge. Not unsuccessfully. Successfully overcoming a problem. Let's see what it's really meant to stick here. We're going to shuffle these back in the deck. Stop it. Why is it the sun come out and the dogs be wanting to just wrestle around and stuff? I have to really take them for a walk. She's antsy. That's all. I know exactly what it is. Okay. Anything else? Beware of greed. Yeah, there's somebody around him he needs to watch out for. I don't know why January popped out. Maybe is it something stemming back from January, or maybe it's something coming up. We have Paris. Someone will gossip about all your secrets. Yeah, underlying energy, 7 of Coins. This is usually speaking to like hard work that needs to be put in, but maybe somebody kind of want to take a shortcut. We also have Daughter of Swords. This can be somebody who's like sharp of tongue. 7 of Swords, deception and trickery. So I think there's a downturn potentially coming, but I think it's going to be for the best. I think for him, he's probably not going to like what it is. It's somebody, I think he needs to trust his instincts that it's probably somebody around him that is not the best, or at least the best for him. I'm not going to say like this is probably an evil person or anything, but this is probably a person or some kind of like group or whatever that he probably needs to remove himself from, because it's not having the best effect on him. And I kind of get the sense that he's very emotionally like tuned in. Like he kind of come off like a Pisces a little bit. Like you don't really know what's going on. You can't really voice exactly what it is, but you know something around you. You're like picking up on something and you don't kind of like what it is, and so you're just automatically reacting. But it's because like your inner self, your higher self knows that something isn't quite right. And I think he's just very intuitive in that way. He can't quite put his finger on it, but he just knows it's something he's picking up on. And so I think that's part of the reason why the energy that I'm getting from him of just like not feeling like he can trust people or that something is wrong is steady coming up. And I think he should trust his gut. And I think once he does, and he, come to terms with it, he has his dark night of the soul, I think things are going to be really good for him. And especially if he takes that and puts it into his creation, his work, I think he's going to have a lot of how can I say, like good karma. It's going to be some good things kind of coming back for him once he kind of like transmute that energy. So yeah, not getting much on his romantic life. I thought I was at the beginning of this, but this is what I'm getting so far. It seems like it's more so there is some things personally just kind of going on with him, and he could deal with work and is bleeding over into other things. But I think once that gets ironed out, I think he'll be good to go. So that's my reading on Jackson Wang. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else I'm getting. I'm still confused on why this January card came out, but because we had April and June earlier, so I don't know. We'll see. You all keep me up to date, keep me posted, because obviously you are Jackson Wang fans or you know of him, so you will probably know more information before I do, and let me know if I should do a follow-up reading on this or if you have any follow-up questions. With all of that being said, again, make sure you like, subscribe, share, comment if you care, and hit that notification bell, okay, so you can see the next time I upload. And with that, I'll see you all in the next reading. Bye.